know if you know, we had 2 million views just last year. This is our second year, so we'll get a count this summer, man. And you know, we moving this show right along. And of course, man, we can't say, and I can't say enough about these two gentlemen who have helped me chase my dream. And of course, you have never said no. You know, you always found the time. You even found found nail time. You know, you found our time before you get your nails done. I know that was important. But hey, good luck. I love you. You know that. I look to see you going to the NCAA tournament this year.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And let me know if y'all need a co-host. You know, let me know. I might need to.
Now, wait a minute, Coach. Wait, hold on now, Coach. Wait. Hold on. Let me jump in now, Coach. I got a Sunday show called Sipping on Sundays. And Zoe Phillips, a Jack State guy, and I'm from Jackson, and we start with Mississippi centric. So listen, if you got a Sunday,
not Campbell, but
listen, come on, Sipping on Sundays, and we can talk that Jackson thing.
You got to clear that through Scotty.
We come on, hey man, we can talk about that Jackson thing. Talk about that Jackson thing.
Wait, what we sipping on?
Whatever you bring to the table. That's whatever you bring.
Okay, I need to make sure.
It's sipping on whatever you sipping on, Coach. Whatever.
Hey, stay away from those cut waters. That's all I say.
I told you that Zoe guy. I suspended him for 1 year. Talking about that Jackson State stuff in Prairie View. I told him Jermaine Jackson is for real, but no, man, that show, Coach, I loved it, man. I had a chance to pay attention to it. Y'all got something going there, Coach. I love it.
We bringing all the Mississippi folks, Coach. We bringing all the Mississippi folks, the superstars on and things like this. So I'm gonna get in contact with you. And like I said, we got to talk that North Jackson stuff. You see what I'm saying? That Beasley Road. Hanging moms.
601 Beasley Road.
Come on, man. They don't know.
Hey, Rocky, they cutting this out, man.
Hey, man, I when they get to talking this Jackson stuff, it's like, you know, I know they're out of buy out.
Listen, hey, Coach, listen, let me tell you one quick thing. So, again, I'm from Jackson family. My granddad went to Jackson State in 1938. So, but I went to FAMU.
No. Your granddaddy went to Jackson College.
Yes, Jackson College. Yeah, exactly. Class of 12. It was 12 of them. 2 women. Can you believe that? Now, those are outstanding women that was out of that 12. But, Coach, you know, folks get mad when I try to talk about Jackson because I went to FAMU. Can you believe that? Do they do you like that, Coach? Because you over there, Alabama A&M, do they get mad at you, the Jackson folks?
Listen, I done been around this conference so much. You know, I tell people I'm swag. Okay, who's swag if I ain't swag, right?
Thank you, Coach.
My son's father has coached at 4-5 schools in the conference, and he's a Alabama State alum as well. So, like, listen, we swag through and through. So, you know, but one thing I will say, people don't like folk from Jackson State. They be talking about us so bad. I mean, it's because we different. You know, if you from Jackson, you are just different.
You are
different. You know, like, you know, you just.
Y'all the city slickers of the South.
Watch this here, Coach. I think they got a mafia running in Jackson. We got Ashley. We got, former coach Tamika Reed. We got Miss Thornton. And guess who we got? That's why else we found out from Jackson. The commissioner is from Jackson.
Yeah.
Isn't
TC from Jackson?
No, he's from South Pike. He's from South Pike.
Oh, okay. But he's from Mississippi. So
yeah, absolutely.
Different roots now. Don't sleep on the roots.
Yeah, Coach. I just have to straighten them out, Coach. Because, like I say, no matter what you represent on your head, we still Jackson always. I just had to let them know that, Coach. Just had to let them know that.
We swag, baby. We swag.
We swag, baby. Get it right. We swag.
Yeah. I've been around myself. I've been about 5 different schools, I think, in the conference. Something like that.
I'm catching up with you.
Yeah.
I'm catching up with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass this torch. On. But hey, man, you sensational. I mean, you first class. You've always been that way, man. And I just look to follow you in the future. Hey, are you getting Tamika on your? Can y'all work out the schedule now that Tamika making that big money?
You know, we definitely should look into that. However, for me, strategic demographically, it has to make sense for me to take my team out of Huntsville on a plane to go and play a Power 4 school. You gonna have to pay for everything for us. Like it's and that's a real thing. You know, a lot of times we still got time. We talking, y'all.
Yeah.
But y'all can call that the HBCU Soul Bowl. She can come to you and play in Jackson, and you take the game.
That's true. That's true.
That would be a hell of a game. Shit, I might fly out and come see that.
You know, we'll look into that. We'll look into that. But I was just gonna say, like, it's difficult for me. I don't care to put my team on a plane to go and try to play for the amount of money a lot of schools try to give us. Why would I go 5 hours to break even? You know, when I could go to Auburn and take the bus and bring me a few dollars back. But if I get on that plane, you know, we might be eating 4 for 4s on the way back because it took us 20 long to get there. So
That's right.
Coach, did you guys play Auburn this year? You didn't?
No, we played Alabama. We didn't play
Alabama.
We played Alabama. Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, because again, the coach at Auburn was the former coach at Norfolk State women's team, and did an outstanding job. So that's why I just wondered, because that connects, that HBCU connection and anything like that.
I'm trying to get Auburn to come up to host. I mean, we want to host Auburn. I don't, Coach Bickers, what's up? Y'all pull up on us. We want to host.
Hey, come on, man. Listen.
We want to host.
Hey, he want to keep his job.
well, we hosted Ole Miss this year. We hosted Alabama last year. So it's Auburn's time to pull up. Come on, Auburn. What's up?
Okay, Coach Yo brought him down there. Okay.
Coach, that's one thing that you may find peculiar next year with the success you've had this year. Do those coaches want to book Alabama A&M and host them and pay them to come?
Ain't nobody mess with Mr. Coach Thornton, man.
No, what I'm saying is,
show up on the damn sideline. Team gonna be playing y'all hard. Nah, go.
my old head coach say, we'll drive all the way to Laredo to get a win, but we won't go across the street to get our butt whooped. You know what I mean?
That's true. You better not come home with no black eye.
I got you. Boy, y'all get out of here tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, we leave at 4 a.m.
Wow.
Mr. Campbell, you got any special, make a call down there to make sure she's comfortable?
Who was that? Come on now. Come on. I like to eat.
Listen, Coach, I know a few people, Coach. So whatever you need. And like Coach Gordon going to take care of you anyway, because Coach Gordon just class personified. So Coach, whatever you need.
I like to eat. What I need to eat?
Know what? That's you know what? When do you guys get in?
Tomorrow at about 12 or 1.
Can I share your contact information with Mr. Campbell?
Just give him my cell phone number. I don't know.
We'll get it. See if we get somebody get that good rattler hospitality to feed those girls or something.
John, when we go to Atlanta, we carte blanche now. That man there, we carte blanche. We going in the front of the lines and we eat steaks and
hold on, let me record all this stuff, y'all. They out here talking cash money.
Yeah, we up there. When was we doing our show?
Y'all will be in Atlanta in about less than a month, right?
Coach, when you come to Atlanta, Coach, listen. I keep trying. I'm internationally known and locally loved. Ain't nowhere I can't go anywhere in any city. That's how I move, Coach. Go from Jackson.
Well, hey, Coach, let me ask you this. It looks like you guys are going to get the first 2 buys. When will you guys arrive in Atlanta?
So first off, y'all taking me too fast. Slow down, back all the way back up. I don't know nothing.
Don't say she might give you that bulletin board material.
Ain't nobody gonna clip me saying she said she got 2 buys. That's not true. I got FAMU on Thursday. That's all I know.
That's right. That's right.
Don't let her hustle, Coach.
That's right.
He's the trouble, Coach. Now let me tell you, he's the troublemaker on the show. He quick to try to put you in the spin zone.
No. Coach is all right. I've been considering going to the SWAC tournament, and I was just trying to make sure that I don't go too early, because some of us work for a living and we don't want to take too many off days.
Well, no matter what, we're going to leave on Sunday. That Sunday, the 9th.
There you go.
So we will be there. We plan on being there Sunday to Sunday.
March the 9th.
March the 9th to March the 5th.
And it's in Atlanta.
It is.
Yes.
Gateway Center, right by the airport.
Yeah.
My brother lives around the corner from there. I got you.
Hey, Coach, we may go there and get some content, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
Sit down and chop it up. If y'all
there you go.
Up.
For sure. All right, Coach. Thank you so much. You've been gracious with your time, and good luck the rest of your season.
And shout out to all my Alabama A&M people in the chat. I see y'all over there too. I see y'all, so I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in and locking in with us. All right, go Bulldogs.
Hey.
Wow.
I can't believe she's from Jackson.
No, you should believe that she's from
That was
Jackson.
the show, wasn't it?
Come on, man.
Can you hear me, Coach? No, Coach, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Campbell?
I can hear you perfectly.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you perfectly.
I can't hear y'all.
Go out and come back in, because I don't know what happened.
Kick him out.
I will. I'll kick him out.
Tell him in the chat. No,
Yeah.
Rocky, you know, one of the things, and I wanted to make sure, because again, I think your questions were great and everything, but I definitely wanted to make sure we had some serious basketball centric, because women's basketball is at an all-time high. And I think, again, what I'm hoping for, because basketball, unlike football, they can't use the delineation, oh, this FBS and this is FCS. This is all D1. This is all D1. So again, you can be, and we've seen mid-majors and both our men's and women make runs. So that's the reason why I'm curious, and I want to see our women's game, because there's an opportunity because we are a mid-major, to build it up to a mid-major where they can make a run in the tournament if they get the right seeding. So again, you're talking about, again, Coach, depending on what happens, well, whoever the SWAC champion is, Texas is probably going to have a region. They'll probably end up down there in Texas or maybe over South Carolina. It just depends. But I'm more likely to Texas, because I think that's really where they push them at. I don't think they're going to push them all the way up to Connecticut. But I think, again, depending on where that region is, you know, like I say, see if you can catch somebody slipping. That is my biggest thing.
You know, that's the thing about, I think, when I think this will even be a struggle once SWAC programs get up to a certain level in any sport. You're gonna have trouble booking games against formidable candidates or formidable opponents, because guess what? Matchmaking is gonna get difficult because nobody wants to book a loss. you
know what? Well, let me say this. I want us to get to that level, because that means we're getting that level. But we're playing at that high level, like Jackson State was a couple of years ago. To your point, we want to get our women's basketball to that level where, again, ball bounced the wrong way. LSU was up out of there. Should have been up out of there. But again, it's basketball is what it is.
Coach Reed, Coach Mulkey was very complimentary of Coach Reed that year that she played her in a real tough game. But if you notice, she didn't book her that next year. It was a short drive to Jackson.
No. She didn't. Listen, Coach Mulkey don't want to see none of them black coaches, because they be putting that whoop on them. She don't want to see none of them black girls when they come down there rolling on her. So, you know, like I said, what I'm excited about when you talk to a Coach Thornton, a Coach Reed, and things like that, they understand the assignment. That is the thing about it. They understand, because, again, like I say, again, I'm just a huge women's basketball fan. Carolyn Peck, like I say, Dawn Staley, again, C. Vivian Stringer. These women, like I say, have laid the groundwork for Coach Thornton and them to come and take it to the next level. And like I said, we'll see what happens. I don't want her to go anywhere, but I tell you one thing, when you start winning 20-plus games, people start noticing.
But, I mean, this is why coaching is so important. Like, winning has followed her. I looked up her resume. Winning has followed her. And, you know, in previous generations of coaching, she would be at one school for 25 years, wouldn't she, Coach? Like, she wouldn't even move around the way she's moving around. But with with success becomes opportunity, and with opportunity, these guys move around. I can't conceive why a school like Prairie View would get rid of a coach of her caliber, considering that she won a championship. I'm gonna have to look into that and find out, just to satisfy my own curiosity.
Yeah, well, stuff happens. Stuff happens, things change. And again, and I'll say this, and Coach Quinn Gray said this: what I was before is not who I am now. So there's growth in her coaching. You know what I mean? And things like that. So when she was a young coach then at Prairie View, she's a seasoned coach now. So you see that happen. I don't think that. I honestly, that's a no story to me. The story is where she is now, where she's got this team beating people by 20 plus points on the road to being a 20 victory team, and really going to do some damage. And again, like I said, they're in the first 4 years. I get it, but guess what? Get in that first 4 game and win it. The check is still the same. A win is a win in the NCAA tournament. So if she can get it and get into the big dance, then so be it.
I think we were gonna have a special guest, SWAC football legend, jump on, because I actually wanted to talk to Coach Cole about some of the moves that are being made by some of the teams. Me and you briefly talked about Marshall Faulk not being present at signing day. I don't think that's a huge story, but I do think it's a different approach, don't you think? Maybe signing day isn't as important.
Well, no, I'm going to defend it. I don't know this, but I will say this. Okay. Marshall Faulk, Emmitt Smith, those guys like that, Dion, those guys have sponsors. And Super Bowl week, they get paid for those sponsors. That was booked well in advance before he got that job. So I'm pretty sure we go look and see what he was doing. He's probably out there with a sponsor. He wasn't out there going to parties. He was probably doing Radio Row and saying, I'm sponsoring Row or some heart medicine or something like that, or whatever.
But yeah,
So my thing is, we have to be careful, because if he already had a previous engagement, what is he supposed to do? You know what I mean?
He can't get the money back.
he can't get the money back and stuff like that. And I want to say this. So, okay, let me do this for us basketball people. Sydney Carter, who played at Texas A&M, won a national championship. Sydney is actually more like works with the players far as their personal, like more of a personal GM. She's not an X and O's coach right now for them. So she is way of, I could give you about 20 black coaches that are actually assistants, first assistants on the team that will get a head coach job before Sydney Carter. She does well, far as her dress and stuff like that. But she's not a first chair assistant at Texas.
Hasn't she served under 2 coaches at Texas? Because I almost want to say she was with the previous coach, but maybe she wasn't. But I'm not sure what capacity that she works in.
Well, I'm telling you, she's never been a first chair assistant. That's not what she does. Okay. I'm telling you what I know. So that's why a lot of people ask her that. And, again, that's not her position. She's not a first chair assistant. So she's got to move her way up.
Texas, they probably take care of her.
Oh, yeah.
Good as well. So for her, I don't know the economy of women's basketball as well as I know the economy of men's football. I mean, football. But for an assistant coach to take a head coaching job at a FCS or a Group of 5 school, for that matter, it has to make sense monetarily, because who wants it and take a pay cut?
Well, yeah, and like I said, if you know, she'll tell you she's a Texas girl. Texas was her favorite school. Yes. She wanted to go to Texas, and she ended up going to Texas A&M, and having to win a national championship because she had Sydney Colson right next to her. They had a bomb squad. I think it was 2011. And Texas A&M is not a girls basketball school, but Sydney Colson, there was another girl on that squad that
it was that coach. It was the coach they had for like 3 or 4 years that ultimately ended up going to Mississippi State. Didn't he go to Mississippi State after he wanted that?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I can't remember.
Older white guy.
Yeah, older white guy. Yep. And this goes back to my point about the older white guy. You know what I'm saying? Older white guy coaching. Coaching women's sports, coaching majority black girls, and opportunity. So when you see a Dawn Thornton, a Tamika Reed, I want these women to get these opportunities, because again, they're making all this money. And like she said, these coaches, and I don't want, and And I'll say this, and anybody will tell you, one thing I admire about women that sports, they're much more in tune about what's going on in the world. They're very political. They're very socially engaged. And there's a big disconnect when you don't have a coach like, again, a Dawn Staley, Coach Thornton, that's talking to these young black women and things that they're going through. You just can't have, like I say, again, even the thing about hair. That white woman don't tell them about that girl about their hair. You can't. It's just a social thing that we have. And I think black women coaches have that innate ability to be a mother, a sister, and also a leader. And that's why I admire, and it's a tough thing. And I want to keep seeing more and more black coaches because, again, white guys coaching, man, go on somewhere with that.
I also wanted to get Coach's take on Andrew Body coming back to Alabama State.
Right.
I've read several articles where he had other opportunities to leave, even other HBCU opportunities to leave. And he decided to come back to Alabama State. I think that was big for the SWAC and HBCU football as a whole.
The Google was on it. He Googled it out. Gary Blair, that was it. And Vic Shaver, boy, you got to love Ronald Hunter. Quick on that Google, boy. That's him, Gary Blair. That was the coach.
But I also was going to, I guess we're bouncing around. In that situation with Marshall Faulk, also was out there was Mike Vick and also Deshaun Jackson. So all three of those guys were out in San
Francisco,
California during that time. So again, I think you're probably right. These guys had engagements, or I think with Mike Vick and Deshaun Jackson, they were actually doing stuff with the NFL,
right?
NFL's
the flag football game.
Yeah. The Pro Bowl, so to speak.
Yeah, Pro Bowl flag football game, correct.
So do you think, and I will say this, Mike Vick is wearing more Norfolk State gear now?
Well, I'm pretty sure that, again, listen, man, we this echo chamber, somebody's going to see something. And somebody's going to say something to you. You might not like it. Again, listen. Scotty it has amazed me, some of the things that he says, and people get so mad about it. But all it takes is one person to say it to you, right? So I'm pretty sure. And again, I think Michael Vick, I don't think he was doing it on purpose. I think he was just wearing clothes. But I think people behind the scenes say, listen, you represent our university. It's very important for you as a superstar to wear our paraphernalia. A, we can sell it because that helps the school. And B, people know where you're coaching at. So I think that was part of it. I think he just had a little bit of a learning curve. And I think a lot of people should probably talk to him. I'm pretty sure some of the alumni, I'm pretty sure the AD, the president, say, hey, you know what? We understand, coach, that you're wearing stuff, but we would love for you to wear Norfolk State stuff. Again, I think one thing I would give Deion credit. When he rolled in that escalator and came into the AAC Center with that Jack State, he understood it. Same thing with Deshaun Jackson. He wore those Delaware State colors. Because, man, that is important. And I don't think people understand how important it is when you see your coach representing your brand, because those coaches are the most popular people on the campus. They're out there. Like I say, you don't see the science teacher on Sports Center. You see the head football coach, whether you're Michael Vick or you're Deshaun Jackson, and you want people to ask, where's Norfolk State? You want people to ask, where's Delaware State? Because that starts a conversation. Because a lot of people, when I'm out and about and I'm driving around or I'm wearing something, and there's nothing funnier to me, I'll see some white person and they kind of heard about the band, you know what I mean? Or they'll mispronounce FAMU, or they're from Florida. Oh, I love the band. But it starts a conversation. And the first thing I say, yeah, we're definitely more than the band. One of the best schools out. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I just told you.
Yeah, I think for HBCUs, brand recognition is so important because unfortunately, all HBCUs are kind of grouped in the same, in one big group, and you know this because you've been in the space a long time. As I've come to understand, each HBCU has its own particular culture, history, and traditions. You know what I mean? They're not all the same in any way when you get down to the particulars of each HBCU.
Well, it's no different than is Texas A&M the same as Houston? Absolutely not.
No.
Texas A&M ain't the same as Texas. Yeah. They let you know that we're not the same. It's the same thing. Auburn ain't Alabama ain't the same. You know what I mean? Vanderbilt and University of Tennessee are not the same.
But the only point I'm thinking is that HBCUs are often grouped together.
Well,
like
but I'm saying even with that same grouping, because you have people from and again, that's a human thing. You know what I'm saying? Yes. People from the Big Ten think all the people in the SEC are rednecks and cut. Well, they mostly are, but I'm just saying, you know, it's part of it. But the one thing that what I like, again, I was out in LA. I think you remember we talked about this. Yeah. I was out in LA last year for New Year's. Jack State band was out there in the Rose Bowl parade. I had my FAMU stuff. I saw Jack State people. I saw Hampton people. I saw A&T. Everybody was just out there that was account just speaking and stuff like that. We were at a restaurant, met a guy. Again, he was a Hampton guy. Jack State people were there. A&T people were there. And we were just all talking, man. It was just a vibe. And all of us said, man, we just proud that Jack State was out there representing HBCUs. You know, that was a really great thing.
Hey, before we get out of here, guys, we have the number up. If you want to call in, you certainly can call in. But I want to ask Mr. Campbell, or you guys can put it in the chat. Has there been anything that has surprised you? Because let's be honest, compared to the last 3 off seasons, this has been pretty quiet off season for all the schools, right? When you really think about it, as I can remember, there were a lot of, I would say, jockeying for position, player movement, coaching movement, all that kind of stuff. Even institutional instability going on in the offseason. This has been a pretty calm offseason for schools in the SWAC and the MEAC for that matter.
Well, you know what I think? We finally got some consistency with everybody's now all these massive changes at the president and, you know, and the AD and things like that. I think, you know, again, for FAMU just kind of settled in. We got the coaches, we got the AD, we got the president. You know, same thing for a lot of these other schools. You know, so I'm happy. I'm glad that it's not FAMU foolishness or Jack State foolishness or Southern foolishness or Grambling foolishness. You know, all the things that people like to amplify of negativity. Because that's quick to do it. And like I say, and unfortunately, we have a group that are alumni that revel in that. They're quick. I've never. It's always amazed me that it be the alumni that quick to tell you the crazy stuff that's going on, because they want to get on Twitter or on Instagram and say something bad happened at their school. So my thing is, bro, I think for all of us, I think just it's been calm. I'm happy. Again, we got, you know, a lot of kids that are getting ready to come in the fall, you know, as new students, as athletes. And again, I'm just really excited that, to your point, that we ain't talking about nothing crazy.
Hey, and this guy's kind of attributing it to there's no more word on the streets in the middle.
Right. And guess what? And you know who gave Scotty the word on the street? It was you, little alumni from that school. That's what used to kill me. Oh, he's talking bad about it. Yeah, nah, it's one of your alums that made the phone call that told him the 411 on your school. So yeah,
you know that has shed some light on this, right? With Scotty working for Alabama A&M during this time and being fully engaged in his responsibilities related to that, has that contributed to the quietness of the space? Is it just Scotty not being on it, reporting it? Is that what created this kind of calm?
Well, somewhat. Yeah.
Season?
Well, listen, here's the thing. And that's why I'm proud of that young man. Because, see, what a lot of people didn't realize, what I knew, is he was able to amplify things, good, bad, or indifferent. But the way he was able to amplify it, because he was talented to amplify it. Because you could have somebody else say the same thing, and they only got 8 people watching them. You know? And I saw it all the time. Scotty do a show, and then Person X do a show because he said it, and 3 people watching him, and he's got 500 watching him. So that's about his talent. So he allowed his talent to then transition to have a job at Alabama A&M. So again, I'm happy for it. So if there's something that needs to be said, I mean, we talk about stuff on Coach's Corner, you know what I mean, that are difficult conversations. I know we have, and things like that. So again, it's all about the message and the messenger. So yes, And I think also too, which is funny to me, which I talked about on Sipping on Sunday. Now he ain't here. Now you ain't got no excuse, but you still saying stuff. You still talking bad about other schools. So now it's you now. Can't say it's him. Because what you say, well, he said something bad about me, we got to say something bad about them. He ain't here no more, and you still doing what you're doing. Better check yourself.
Now, you said Andrew Porter news would have been a big story this offseason. Let me say this. I think Andrew's story is a big story, but it's not the story everybody expected. You understand what I'm saying? And because it wasn't the story everybody expected, nobody's gonna, in this space, this is just what I've come to understand, that y'all are quick to criticize each other. There's not a lot of praise of each other in this space when it says, Alabama State did what they were supposed to do. They stepped up and kept Andrew Biden.
Well, see, that's what I'm seeing. You prove my point. No, that's a loud corner of the same 25, 30 people.
Absolutely.
And I can name all 25 I want to be messy of who they are. But the rest of the regular people were happy that Andrew came back. You know me, I was the first one that says he needs to come back. It's best for the SWAC. It's best for Alabama State and things like that. So I'm super excited. I'm excited that he came back.
Hey, we got a special guest tonight, a full bona fide SWAC legend, also a transcendent quarterback in his own right, none other than the Grambling State legend, Bruce Eugene. Hey, what's up, Bruce, man? You're always happy. You're one of the family members here at HBCU Coaches Corner. I want to thank you for joining us tonight, man.
Oh, man, it's always love when I come on here, man. It's always love. What up, Mr. Campbell?
Man, listen, my guy, who I'm so proud of, and hey, man, listen, good luck just rubs off. See, you came on the show, all of a sudden you ain't where you at no more.
Got a new job. Got a new job.
Where's this job at?
I'm at Syracuse University now.
You got to be kidding me.
Nah, man. You see it? I'm at Syracuse University.
Hey, Bruce, first off, I want to say congratulations to you and earning this well-deserved opportunity as a tremendous player, first of all, because I'm going to be honest with you, Bruce. Until you win a national championship as a coach, you're going to be always known as a guy that threw 60 touchdowns in 1 year, threw for over, 5,000 yards as well? Like, that's what you're going to be known for. And so, but also, Coach, you into this coaching space, and you were somebody who was really transparent about looking for an opportunity to coach at the next level. You spoke it into existence. And I'm proud of you, bro. And I'm most of all, I want to congratulate you on you making that move and becoming a college coach.
I definitely appreciate it, man. Like, first of all, I owe this to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I came on the show, you know what I'm saying, people started to pay attention. And the thing about it is, our head coach, Fran Brown, man, a huge thanks goes out to him. You know, we've been knowing. I've been knowing him for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And he's easily one of the most respected coaches in this whole profession, to go from a position coach straight to a head coach, you know what I'm saying? Not even be a coordinator, just let you know how respected he is. And I'm not an on-the-field coach yet, you know what I'm saying? I was hired as a scout and everything else. So I've been working as scout assistant. I still help out, with the offense. And, I do get on the road. I've been recruiting New York City, and I've also been recruiting Louisiana. I've been down in Louisiana a few times, recruiting guys and everything else. So I get to get on the road and get to use, I have to say just my relationships and things I've developed over the years and everything else. Now it's funny because I feel like the old man now because my teammates, kids, and people I went to school, kids are now, in this position to be recruited. So those relationships stand strong, especially my black college relationships and, my Grambling relationships.
You mentioned, I believe you coached in the New York area before, in New York City before. of course, you know Louisiana like the back of your hand. That's your native stomping ground. And then Georgia, and I think Coach Fran has some history in Georgia. Are those, as a scout, are those going to be 3 territories that you focus in, or are you picking up some other areas?
Well, with me, it's all about, you know what I'm saying, your lay of the land. And like I said, I did 16 years in New York, so you got me in New York City. Of course, having lived in Georgia, you know, and coached in Georgia, that's key. You know what I'm saying? So I got relationships there. And then being from Louisiana and played at Grambling and everything else, I got deep relationships there. So those are the areas that, you know, I've kind of been utilizing and attacking. So, and Syracuse hasn't really had a presence in the South. So it's been new just to, you know, be out there spreading the word about Syracuse and Coach Fran. You know what I'm saying? I'm be honest with you, I can't say enough about Coach Fran, man. When you meet him, he's one of those coaches that once you meet him, you're like, I got to play for this dude. Or I got to work with this dude and everything else because, you know what I'm saying, he was soft-spoken, but those words mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he's big on faith. That's the one thing when he and I had the conversation, I had to tell him this ain't nothing but faith. Because when I got the phone call, you know what I'm saying, you find yourself asking that question, why me? Why now? You know what I'm saying? What have I done different this year that I didn't do last year? So you find yourself in those positions and things like that. And his words to me was simple faith. He was like, you know what I'm saying, you've been obedient and now, you know what I'm saying, this is your time to, you know what I'm saying, receive all the work you've been doing and everything else. And, you know, him giving me opportunity, I'm more than grateful. You know what I'm saying? And I always sit around and be like, man, I couldn't even get my own conference, my own, you know what I'm saying, my own league to give me opportunity. And here it is, you know what I'm saying, a guy I met, you know what I'm saying, just out here in this coaching profession. You know what I'm saying? It's the first one just to extend an olive branch. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm very grateful and everything like that. But, you know, just looking forward to the season to come and, you know, just taking it in.
Now, Bruce, let me ask you a question. I know the time tag, I'm kind of teasing a little bit. Now, you didn't just purposely miss Jack State over and got Ahmad Miller to come up there to Syracuse just because you were Grambling guy. Was that a little bit of get back? You know, just to say, you know what, Coach Fran, I know about one I can get.
You know, it was crazy because when Ahmad came up, he and I connected off of the whole Jackson Grambling, you know, Jackson losing to Grambling. I'm constantly remind those blue and white Tigers that you lost to us yet again. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we were joking about that, and he just couldn't. He kept saying, "Oh, Coach, you ain't gonna let me. You know, you ain't gonna let me live this down." I said, "Not at all, not at all." So every day I see him, I constantly remind him that, "Hey, remember when you was a blue and white Tiger? Y'all lost to the real Tigers." You know what I'm saying? But Ahmad's been doing a great job, man. He's been doing a great job working hard, grinding, and stuff like that, man. Like
I don't think Ahmad got a victory against Grambling while he was down there.
It ain't too many Jackson State Tigers that got victories against Grambling. You know what I'm saying? It's okay now. You know what I'm saying? You know, we can talk about the Robert Kents and all that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too many of them now.
Well, Coach, let me ask you a question. How, with that camaraderie and things like that, have you been able to talk to them and say, hey, you know what? You up here, long way from home. You can, you know, I can talk. I can help you out. You know what I mean? I want you to be great. Because I think for all of us, too, when we see our kids leave our universities, we want them to do well. Because it kind of, see, to me, it kind of works in reverse. It also shows that we know how to identify talent. And then the other talent say, you know what? Whatever your choice may be, if you come here, it's not where you're stopping. You're either going to go be great like Bruce Eugene all the way through, or if there's other opportunities, you can get other opportunities because you're playing at a great program like Jackson State. You know what I mean? If he was playing at another program, might not have happened that all these other schools wanted him. Mm-hmm. So were you able to, you know, kind of talk to him and make him feel comfortable, you know, going up there Syracuse?
It was crazy. It was crazy because when he came, you know what I'm saying, we joked about the whole thing, but I didn't really get into it too much about, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like we had the conversation about, you know, at Syracuse, what we were looking for. We were looking for running backs, you know, and like I said, to be as talented as he was in the SWAC, you know, a lot of people look for that opportunity, especially now in this NIL stage. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for those opportunities to monetize, you know what I'm saying, your efforts and everything you've been doing. So, you know, when he came, we talked. You know, I spoke with he was with his trainer and his mom. So, you know, we had a small conversations, but it wasn't really much to, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, this, and this. You kind of fit what we want to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the final say-so person, but I'm just letting you know, hey, this is who we are at Syracuse and what we're looking to build and things like that. And, you know, he went home and he thought about it and, you know, all the other opportunities he had, and he just felt like Syracuse was the best place for him. And I'm going to be honest with you know what I'm saying, the way Coach Fran has it set up and the way he has it going, I'll be honest with you know what I'm saying, like, I know, like, Mr. Campbell, I know you're HBCU guy, but I guarantee you, if you to get up here and come and meet him, and, you know what I'm saying, you too, Rock, if you to get up here and meet him, you know what I'm saying, who he is and what he stands for as a man, a black man, you know what I'm saying, out here in this day and age, and just being able to look at him every day and be like, man, this can be me one day, you know what I'm saying, that's a great leader, you know what I'm saying, that I, you know what I'm saying, I look forward to following and learning from.
Yeah, hey, Bruce. Like I say, man, I'm ecstatic for you, and I'm so happy that you got an opportunity. Because one thing I was able to pick up from you while we were there in Atlanta, just sitting down and spending time with you, and even hanging out with you, is that you're a great guy. You're a great person. You got so much football intelligence. You know what I mean? And it was incredible just to see how you saw the game and how quick you processed the game in the moment. You know what I mean? And so, and the crazy thing, if you go back and look at how the SWAC championship, the Celebration Bowl, it literally unfolded the way you thought it would, and then it almost seemed like Chennis Berry did what you said he should do coming out the gate, you know, at toward the end of the game. And so it was just funny to watch how to go back and watch that. I don't know if you went back and watched it when we did the show right there at the hotel, how much of the game, the way the game kind of played out was based on the things you said that night before the game.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was funny, you know, because again, you know, they got, you know, you got the people who feel like they know it best and everything else and all that, and it's just like I tell you, we kind of benefit, like those who played the game, you know what I'm saying, kind of see the game different, you know what I'm saying, than the ones who haven't played the game, because again, you see it, and then we're not saying that you don't know it as much, but you know what I'm saying, strategically, you know what I'm saying, I got to come out, and I kept saying about that time of year, you know what I'm saying, because you got 10, 11, 12, 13 games on them that you can watch and, you know what I'm saying, kind of get, you know what I'm saying, kind of get a glance of what they do best. So you got to be able to come out and give them something that they don't expect. And that's why I was saying is if I'm South Carolina State, they like to run the ball, you know what I'm saying, like I need to come out passing it, and I need to come out, you know, getting people involved. You know what I'm saying? I need to come out with the QB, you know what I'm saying? I want to throw it with them. All right, let's quarterback run them sometime. Let's give them something different. You know, when the other quarterback came in, he's a runner. So now guess what? Let's come out throwing the ball with him, because now they expect me to do all the quarterback runs with him. So it was just little things like that where just different wrinkles and stuff, because again, we were the same way when I was at Grambling. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew what we was going to do, so we always had a wrinkle up our sleeves, but you couldn't stop what we was doing. So,
and in that interview, in that show, me and you, the only two people that thought Stubblefield could play a part in the outcome of the game. The other guys were insisted that Atkins would be the guy, and I just thought the game was set up for a guy with mobility like Stubblefield.
Atkins came out playing nervous. He was, to me, he played scared. He was uneasy. You know what I'm saying? He let the rush get to him, and he was watching the rush too much instead of just playing his game. You know what I'm saying? But then when Stubblefield came in, and see, it was perfect for Stubblefield because he's a Houston guy. You know what I'm saying? So now, being a Houston guy, you guys looked over me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get the chance to go to Prairie View, so now I get my get back. And what better way and who better to do it against than the local hometown team? You know what I'm saying? With top defense and everything else. And he came in and put on the show, man.
Yeah, he absolutely did, man. So let me ask you this: since you in your new position, is there anything that has surprised you about being at the big time? Since you've been there?
Yeah, just a little bit. It's the attention to detail. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really surprised me, but you know what I'm saying, the attention to detail at the stage and the very minute thing can really, really kill a program. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has to move as one. You know what I'm saying? From the cafeteria worker to the janitor to those people that you don't even think you need. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got to move as one around the facility just to make everything go. And then you got to have the perfect leader. You know what I'm saying? And Coach Fran is pretty much the heartbeat of Syracuse. You know what I'm saying? Like when we went to the basketball games with some of the junior days for the recruits, you know what I'm saying? All the student section go crazy when he walks in. You know what I'm saying? They get crazy and everybody's Coach Fran. Everybody try to shake his hand, beat other campus. And that's the thing when you want a leader, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that, you know what I'm saying, moves that way. And then, like I said, when you talk about having faith, you know what I'm saying? Everything about him is built on faith. You know what I'm saying? When he tell you the story of himself and his life and everything else, if he didn't have faith, he wouldn't be where he is nowadays. And you know, every morning he gets up, first thing in the morning, he sends a prayer to our coaches group chat, the players group chat, and then his family group chat. You know what I'm saying? Because he lets you know that everything with me begins and ends with the man above. So that's the one thing about it is, man, when you got a guy of faith leading your program and stuff like that, you can't do nothing but win.
Let me ask you this last thing I'm going to ask you, Bruce. Do the players know who you are?
Some of them do, you know what I'm saying? But then others went to talking and stuff like that. So we just joke around. A lot of them can't believe I played quarterback. They'd be like, yo, who's quarterback? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it'd be funny. It's funny, you know what I'm saying? But nah, I just joke. You know, I joke around with them from time to time and let them know. Just like in basketball, all of them think they can outshoot me. So I told them, I said, yeah, you know, okay, you know, whenever you're ready, you know, just. I asked them, I said, have you ever thrown a rock in the ocean? They was like, no. I said, that's the way I shoot. So,
Bruce, let me ask you this. You know, I want you to, and this is more of a local thing, but I think it's how important, because we talked to Coach Don Thornton about mentorship and things like that. Yeah. You were a high school coach, Locust Grove. Talk about how many kids that you were able to get HBCU scholarships. And you know, one I would definitely want you to talk about.
Well, it's crazy because I feel like a lot more of my kids should have gone to the HBCUs because, again, I'm not going to say I was pushing that way, but selfishly, you want them there, you know, if they don't get the big opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, monetize their thing, you want them at an HBCU so they can get the survival kit. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to push more of them that way, but, you know what I'm saying, like you said, the one and only ended up on the yard now. He a rattler, so you know what I'm saying. My QB, you know what I'm saying. He stood strong. You know, he wanted to go to FAMU from the day we went and took the visit, the day he met you and started to look into it and learn it. He wanted to go to it, and you know what I'm saying. I'm proud of him. You know what I'm saying. I haven't really talked to him much because I'm trying to give him some time to learn and grow up and how to be a college kid. So when I talk to him, then we can have that long talk about how's it been going, how's the meetings, how's this and everything else. But you know what I'm saying, I've seen videos. Of course, you know, me and his dad talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. So I'm proud of him that he's, you know, getting it done. I have my other kids. My linebacker Zach Adams. He's at Georgia State. You know what I'm saying. So I'm happy he's doing. My son, you know, he's at UNLV. So.
Okay.
They're already on campus. I have Andrew Turner's at Point University, so he's already on campus. So, like I said, we got some guys already on campus in place, and then we have other guys that'll be starting. This summer. So, that Locust Grove team was a special team. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to see all those guys getting the opportunity to go to school and everything else, I'm proud of all of them, man. They always know I'm one phone call away.
Well, that's all. I'm excited about, man. When you got down there and talked to you, and I'm just glad that, you and Coach Quinn Gray, because it's a little bit. You can't hear. You can't hear. Oh, I don't know. You might have to come back in and come back out. Come back in and come back out. Let's see. So, yeah, you know what? I think Coach Cole had to go to bed and Rocky must have had to leave. So, if Coach Eugene comes in, because we're going to end it, but I am going to, again, I want to do one thing before we leave. Let's see if Coach Bruce Eugene comes back. If not, then we'll cut the stream. But I do want to honor a man that has passed away, an HBCU alum, Jesse Jackson. Again, I know everybody knows. Here we go. What about now, Coach?
I got you now.
There you go. So, yeah, I was just saying excited about Amon, and I think that was a big thing. Like we've been texting, and again, he got down there between the transition, you know what I mean? And you know how that goes. But luckily, again, Coach Quinn Gray had a lot of faith in you and believed in, what you said about your, belief in Amon. So I think he's going to be outstanding because, matter of fact, I think he's the only FAMU freshman that's down there enrolled. I think everybody else is not coming until after they graduate high school.
So that was big for him, and I was pushing for that because I wanted him to get there this spring, just to get acclimated. You know what I'm saying? Just to get around the guys. You know what I'm saying? We all know when you're trying to get an opportunity to play as a freshman, that getting there in that spring semester to get acclimated, lifting with the guys, getting stronger, getting that opportunity to play in the spring game. You know what I'm saying? All of that is key. And I think as of right now, it's only 2 quarterbacks that's there. Him and I think the kid from Alabama State, the ones who transferred from Alabama State.
Right.
I think they're the only 2 there right now. I'm not sure. But like I told you, if it is, then guess what? That puts you in a great position to have an opportunity, to get a jump before everybody else get there. So, me knowing him, I know he's going to work. He's going to grind. That'll never change for him. The location, the places may change, but his work ethic and who he is as a young man never change. So I'm not worried.
Well, that's awesome, Coach. Well, Coach, listen, I'm not going to hold you long. What we're going to do before, we're going to have a whole show. We're going to have to bring, like, the Super Friends or get all the black quarterbacks on and let you guys talk and chop it up before the season comes on, man, because I'm super excited, man. Glad that you're, and, Coach Fran Brown understands the assignment. And I will say this, he's another person that goes viral a lot because he is a tremendous motivator. Sometimes I just watch Coach Brown, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, he is.
Things that he says, even at the darkest of the dawn, he still makes you feel good, and I think that is just tremendous. So,
he has that way about him. He has. Let me tell you something. That's why I want you to meet him because I'm telling you, if you meet him, like he's a dope individual.
Well, this is what we're gonna do. I got a good friend that played for the Knicks. I'm definitely gonna, because we've been talking. I'm coming up there for when the playoffs start. Get you a coach come down there. I'll get y'all some tickets, Knicks, and then I can introduce you to a great Syracuse alum, John Wallace. That's my guy.
Oh, absolutely.
We can chop that Syracuse thing up.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, and I'll get you to meet Coach Frank, because I'm telling you, he's a great guy to know, man. It's just something about him, that his aura that makes people want to, play for him and follow him. And, like he's just, and he's a great leader. Like he's not one of those that just rah, 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 that just like everybody feels a part of what's going on. Yeah. That's the one thing he does that's great and everything else. And that's why he's going to win. And that's why us as coaches and, staffers, want to go hard for him to make sure he excels because of the way he treats everybody in the building, not just like everybody around the whole campus.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming on. We're going to set this thing up. I'm going to be talking to you. Definitely get me and Armand on the phone. And then, Coach, like I said, man, I'm just happy to be a part, to see your success. Because, once again, the bigger thing is, it's not about that they know you're not. It's about that you had the ability because you were a G-man and you can go anywhere because you was a G-man. So it don't matter, Coach. Don't matter.
I survived anyway. That. That's the one thing everybody HBCU got.
That's it. And that's the bigger thing is they ain't got to know who you are. We let you, once we get there, you know who we are. And that's what I'm so proud about it is. So I know you're going to represent, like I say, for yourself, your family, and for, the Grambling Tigers. And again, man, listen, but coach, you got to do me one favor now. Don't be coming around here stealing all our guys now. You know what I'm saying? Or I will say this. Now, you out there on the recruiting trail and you see a kid that, opportunity to send them down to the SWAC. Tell them we take good care of them.
Send them to the SWAC?
Send them to the SWAC.
Okay, if they don't come to Syracuse, we go to the SWAC.
Yeah, come to the SWAC. I didn't say what school. Just come on to the SWAC. Come to the SWAC.
Man, absolutely, man. Our spring game, April 11th, 7:30.
Hey, listen, we're gonna check in with you right after that.
Man, absolutely, man. We, like I said, we got some special stuff, man. It's we all right. We working.
There you go, folks. D. Bruce Eugene, SWAC legend, now coach at Syracuse University.
All right, my guy. Good night, Mr. Camp.
Good night. All right, guys. That was another great HBCU Coaches Corner. We had my homegirl, Dawn Thornton. But I do not want to get off without talking about an HBCU alumnus, North Carolina A&T, an actual athlete, quarterback in North Carolina A&T, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, who passed away, who was a person that was mentored by Martin Luther King, who was a person, as they say, fought the fight before the fight even started, who went and rescued hostages, who talked to presidents, who talked to dictators, who talked to the common man and told people, I am somebody. I want to play, as we leave, his speech at the Democratic National Convention, because I know all you've heard the I am somebody speech, but I think this speech that I'm getting ready to play really talks about what Jesse Jackson believed in and what we all should strive to be. So let me play that right now. And I appreciate you all joining us for HBCU Coaches Corner.
Every one of these funny labels they put on you, those of you who are watching this broadcast tonight in the projects, on the corners, I understand. Call you outcast, low down, you can't make it, you're nothing, you're from nobody, subclass, underclass. When you see Jesse Jackson, when my name goes in nomination, your name goes in nomination. I was born in the slum, but the slum was not born in me. And it wasn't born in you, and you can make it. Wherever you are tonight, you can make it. Hold your head high. Stick your chest out. You can make it. It gets dark sometimes, but the morning comes. Don't you surrender. Suffering breeds character. Character breeds faith. In the end, faith will not disappoint. You must not surrender. You may or may not get there, but just know that you're qualified and you hold on and hold out. We must never surrender. America will get better and better. Keep hope alive.
Never surrender. Never surrender. That's all I ask all of you all to do in these times. Don't surrender. It's Mr. Campbell, HBCU Coaches Corner. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. We'll have somebody great on. See you guys on Sunday. Me and Zoe sipping on Sundays. Appreciate you all watching it. And, man, like I say, man, be good to each other, man. And remember, we're all in this thing together. Have a good night.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.